Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this episode is brought to you by our friend Tristan Walker and the good people at Bevel, the first and only shaving system designed specifically for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Check out getbevel.com today. Use code FREEIDIOTS to get your first month of Bevel membership free at getbevel.com. That's GETBEVEL.com. I must say that new nigga band. Well, first of all, before we get to that, salute to everybody in London. We will see you this weekend.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. Penda.
Where we going to be at again?
We're going to be at the Clapham Grand.
The Clapham Grand Brilliant Idiots live show sold out, standing room only. They even sold standing room tickets.
Yep.
So I expect a very lively event. We got an after party somewhere.
Wear
right?
Wear comfortable shoes, yo.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Wear comfortable shoes, especially if you're standing, all right? We don't want you complaining that your feet hurt, that kind of shit. Wear comfy shoes, all right? Make sure you feel good. We're going to be there for at least an hour and a half, our show.
Yeah, at least an hour, 15 minutes. Isn't the after party at the same place?
The after parties are the same place, but then there's time. You could go home and put on some sexy shit after the show.
So it's a place called The Grand.
Clapham Grand.
Okay, so The Grand is where the after party is as well.
Yeah, the whole venue. They're just going to, I guess, take the chairs out and then it turns into some dance and shit.
Okay.
I don't really know, to be completely honest. I just know that they're paying us, so.
Well, we out there, okay? Yeah. London. We see you. Take me to that chicken spot. What's the name of that chicken spot everybody like to go to in London? I can't remember the name of it right now. Nanos.
I don't trust food.
Nanos.
I don't trust the English food.
Nanos was decent. I can't front.
Yeah, but for English food?
They say they got a hamburger spot out there that's popping too. That's what OB told me. But we'll find out tomorrow. We'll see you.
So here's the question that we have this week, folks.
Okay.
Is there ever a situation where you should kill yourself?
There's never a situation where you should kill yourself.
Wait for it. Never?
Never a situation where you should kill yourself.
You can't think of one?
Never a situation where you should kill yourself.
Jared Fogle.
No.
You're a pedophile.
I would want him to kill himself, but no. I don't think he should.
But why not? Let's say you're a pedophile. You only want to fuck kids. That's all you want is just to fuck prepubescent kids.
Well, hopefully, I wish there was such thing as Minority Report because we could catch you before you do the crime.
So we kill you.
But we know that you have this in your mind. So we could just lock you away for a long time, get some free labor out of you for forever.
Oh, North Korea.
Okay, that's it.
Yo, North Korea makes sense a little, right?
Slavery makes sense a little. You know what I'm saying? In context.
But only if you fuck kids.
No, only when you enslave people based on behavior.
That's what I'm saying.
And not race.
You fuck kids.
Yes.
We get to enslave you.
Forever. You're a slave now.
But you can't be a slave in the house because then they might fuck your kids.
No, we might fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
We might fuck you?
Listen, you get with the wrong slave master. We seen Deliverance squeal like a pig, boy. You know what I'm saying? You get the wrong slave master, motherfucker have some dick in your ass, Jared Fogle, okay? But I think that's too good a punishment for Jared Fogle. You take people like Jared Fogle, you take those pedophiles, you put them in a maximum security prison, you feed them when you want to, you let them use the bathroom and shit when you want to, you let them shower when you want to. Like, I feel like when you put somebody away for those kind of crimes for that amount of time, they don't have the right to pick and choose when they get to do shit. And it's no minimum. Like, you get 3 showers a week. No, you shower when we tell you you can motherfucking shower.
Zero
ain't no 3 meals a day.
Life.
No, you eat when we feel like it.
That's interesting.
Okay, fuck you.
All right,
but no, I don't think suicide is ever the answer. I feel like, killing yourself is a complete lack of faith. And, I'm a very God-fearing man. I stand on a very spiritual foundation. I believe in God wholeheartedly. All praises due to Allah. All praises due to Jehovah. All praises due to whoever you want to call him. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like killing yourself.
What about Jesus?
Jesus ain't God. Now, can we start? Now, listen, let's have this conversation that we're just coming off Easter.
Yeah.
Jesus is not God. I don't care what y'all say. There is no way that you can put Jesus and God on the same level. God even says, don't put no gods with me or don't put nobody on my level. So why do we put Jesus on that level? Jesus is the son. It's like walking in the house that your father owns and asking the son, where can I eat? Where can I sit? You better go talk to my dad.
Yeah, but that's a weird contradiction because didn't God say that he's in all of us? So if you are all of us, then how can I not put me on your level?
Not only that, no, Jesus said God created man in his image according to his likeness. And God says we are all his children. Yeah. So why is Jesus the favorite?
Say again?
Why is Jesus the favorite?
Well, eventually you stop sitting at the kids' table. You know what I mean? You're going to have Jesus at the kids' table for his whole life?
So just because he's the oldest?
Huh?
Just because he's the oldest, he gets all the props?
Yo, first of all, is he the oldest?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the Jews got one before Jesus.
Who, Moses?
No, I don't think Moses was a god, but I think maybe Hashem. But no, Hashem is God. Or was Jesus the first prophet?
I think Jesus was a prophet.
He was he
I don't even know if
definitely
he was the
was
first.
a prophet.
I think Muhammad was the first prophet. Actually.
No. Jesus was the
last prophet.
Muslims believe in Jesus.
Listen, don't get me to talking about religion. I don't know. All
Okay,
I know
fair
is
enough.
that just in the bigger scheme of things, there is no way God and Jesus can be the same entity, and it makes no sense.
So Jesus isn't God to you.
No, he's a prophet.
But can't we still pray to Jesus?
You shouldn't. That makes no sense.
But listen,
You're praising the vice president.
yeah, but
Should be talking to
the
the
vice
president.
president still got some power.
Like, put it like this: if God is my father too,
Yeah.
why I gotta go through Jesus to talk to God?
Because sometimes only Jesus listens. God busy. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you gotta talk to the assistant coach before you talk to the coach. You
Jesus,
can't go.
Jesus, I got this message for you. Can you get it to God, please?
Yeah,
All
come
right.
on. You know, you gotta talk. It's a. He might be the secretary.
It really disgusts me the way that people say.
What if that's why Jesus' hands are bleeding just because he's been typing notes the whole time, not even he's been on the cross?
Listen, they got mad at me on Easter because I said, y'all show more love to Biggie and Pac on the days they died than y'all do Jesus on the day he died. Where's your R.I.P. Jesus Instagram post?
Hey,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Jesus ain't ready to die, bro.
Jesus ain't. Yeah, okay, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? Jesus got some hymns,
And you know what pisses
but
me? You know what bugs
he
me out?
don't have hypnotized. That's the difference.
What bugs me out about Easter is how does the day Jesus died change every year, and the day he was resurrected change every year?
Yo, I actually know this one.
Okay.
I think it's the lunar calendar. Is that right, Dwayne? I think it has to do with a different calendar.
So why Biggie and Martin Luther King and Pac, the days they died, don't change every year?
Because they don't believe in the lunar calendar.
Biggie's March 9th, Pac September 13th.
Yeah, because they go off of that solar shit.
You know, literally last
Hey.
year Easter was on April 5th.
Yeah,
How you got a whole week in
switches
advance?
around. Hey, dude, it switches around. That's how it is. It's different calendars, bro.
And then they tell y'all Jesus got killed on a Friday, but was raised 3 days later, but Easter's on Sunday. Now, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, Sunday morning. Friday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And
That's
what time Friday?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? What if I got killed
now
that
you gonna
noon?
be a real
I'm
stickler?
serious.
Listen, 3 days later, you got killed on a Friday.
Friday.
So that's whole Friday that you did.
Half of Friday, because we
But
don't know
depends what time he got killed.
Okay.
They probably kill you in the morning.
So we're just assuming you got killed at midnight.
Why would they kill you at midnight?
On Friday. So that's
Why
Friday.
would they-
That's immediately
What if
Friday.
they kill you in the morning? What if they kill you first thing in the
I'm
morning
just saying, for
Friday?
it to make sense, you'd have to kill me on Friday at midnight.
How are you going to hammer nails into someone's hands in pitch black? They didn't have
Fire.
these strobe lights.
Bro, trust
Or you
me.
going to put some hot ass fire right up next to him,
So
say hammer the
you
nails.
light a
You're doing
little
it in
fire.
the morning.
You light a little fire, because the truth of the matter is, if you're putting nails in somebody's hands, you really don't care
that if you burn
that you
them,
do a good job or not.
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But at the same time, I think they probably did it first thing in the morning. This is back in the day. You did everything first thing in the
But
morning.
you know, none of it adds up. 3 days later, you kill me on Friday. Just if you kill me Friday at midnight, just hypothetically speaking. So then that
Thursday
means
midnight, which would be Friday.
Thursday
Yeah,
midnight,
yeah,
Friday
yeah.
morning. So you got a whole day Friday. Then
Saturday.
Saturday becomes midnight.
Yeah.
That's 2 days. Then I wake up Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. That's the third day.
No, it said he was dead for 3 days.
No, he said he woke up on the third day.
You sure?
Yes. No.
All right. I don't
But
know.
I think.
don't think
listen,
that how
I
it
think they
works.
would have figured out this math equation in the last 2,000 years. I think they would have
I'm gonna
figured
be
this
honest
shit
with
out.
you. You want to know what I really think?
What's that?
I think it's all complete bullshit.
Yeah.
I think Jesus existed. I think he was a prophet. I think that just like any other entity, they made it out to make it seem like he was God, and just
Listen.
like they used to praise calves and whatever else.
Great people come along every few hundred years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Back then, they didn't have any fucking sense.
Yes.
When you don't have any sense, you
Yes.
take great people and you make them
Amazing.
deities or gods or whatever like
Yes.
that. Like fucking Napoleon. If he was born in year 2, I'm sure he'd also be looked at as a god.
Yeah.
Or who else? Let's name amazing leaders. Let's just name
Martin
some.
Luther King
Martin
Jr.
Luther King. I'll be honest. I think Martin Luther King is a real prophet. Like when you really listen
Of
to what he
course.
says, and you like, I don't think
course.
anybody's had that message maybe since Jesus in terms of
course, he was.
non-violence and actually bringing everybody together in community.
Of course he
nobody's
was.
reflected. Shit, Jesus might not have been as Jesus as Martin Luther King.
He probably was on the same level, but you know what? Nobody wants to.
But was he on the same
Yeah, I'm
level?
gonna tell you why. Nobody wants to say he was because it almost seems blasphemous to say because of the mystical nature surrounding Jesus and the walking on water and turning
Yeah.
water into wine.
Yeah.
What Martin Luther King did was just as exceptional.
Yeah, he got shot by water. They just did. It was a little bit different. He didn't walk
Listen.
on the water, but he got sprayed by water.
You know why Martin is the most powerful leader ever?
Why?
Self-control. And that is something that nobody has.
God-like self-control.
And nobody has that in 2016. You could just look at social media and motherfuckers posting everything on Instagram and everything on Snapchat.
Which I want to get to in a little bit.
So for Martin to be able to live the life that he lived, get punched in his face, beat up, dog sicked on him, hoes sprayed on him, and for him to say, no, we ain't going to ever fight back, greatest self-control ever.
And to have the foresight that that's the real way to bring people together is through empathy and compassion.
Yes.
It's like when you point fingers at people, they don't want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
They do not want to work. If you're in an argument with someone and you disagree and you tell them that they ain't shit, fix your fucking life, just think about when your parents tell you that shit. Get your shit together, do your fucking homework. You don't go, you know what, I should do my homework. You go, fuck you, mom, fuck you, dad.
You rebel.
You know what I mean? Martin Luther King had this fucking incredible, I guess you could say, patience, intellect, world knowledge, understanding of principles of I guess the Bible, but not only the Bible, of what other world leaders have done to bring people together. And like the fact that he could do that in such a harsh time. We're not talking about 2016 where you complain and people listen.
No.
We're talking about the 60s.
In a time where overt racism
was the norm. You could just be racist.
You could be beyond racist. You could be violently racist.
Well, not you can't hang them, but like
you could kill them, you could fuck them up. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a very different to have that kind of patience and fortitude at that time. I literally have always felt this, man. I'm like, dude, I think in the future, give us 2,000 years, we'll be celebrating Martin Luther King's legacy the same way that we celebrate Jesus right now.
I tell you why.
I really think that. I do think that.
Social media is around. Social media is not going to allow it because it's too much information. People can see things. The difference between Jesus and everybody else, there's nobody here to tell the story of Jesus.
The mythology can build because it's just word of mouth.
There's nobody here to tell the story of Jesus. Like, Jesus was not human. Jesus could have been a man just like Martin Luther King Jr. who did exceptional things on behalf of his people.
Yeah.
But since there's nobody else here to tell the story, because niggas exaggerate. We all exaggerate. Jesus was a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker
he ripped the nails out himself.
Oh my God. They killed him. He raised up 3 days later. Boy.
I mean, he took a nap.
Yeah,
everybody need a nap after you die.
Word up, listen. How long have you been keeping Pac alive? So you think that they wouldn't do the same thing to Jesus? And I know what everybody's out there saying. Oh, y'all are being blasphemous, and Jesus gave his life for us.
Dr. Jesus, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Jesus gave his life for us. Let me tell y'all something. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his life for us too, the same way Jesus did.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know what makes y'all think that Jesus and Martin Luther King died glorious deaths. Who said they wanted to die?
Also, think about this. They were both publicly assassinated.
Wow. Why won't y'all ever admit that? Jesus did not give his life. He was murdered. He was murdered. And guess what? The same way y'all say things like, well, God gave his only begotten son. Yo, Martin Luther King was one of God's only begotten sons too, because Martin knew what he was doing would probably lead to his death, but he was doing it for the benefit of his people. He was doing it for the poor and disenfranchised people in America.
Wait for it. Is that suicide?
It's a form. It's honor.
It's not. You're not pulling the trigger, but you know that something you're doing can lead to your death. So you're willingly walking into death, but it's an honorable way of looking at it.
I think it's an honorable jihad.
It's an honorable jihad because you're doing it to help other people.
Yeah, it's not a radical Islamic jihad where you're scrapping some shit and blowing up innocent people and killing motherfuckers in the name of God.
You're killing yourself so innocent people can have a life.
Martin Luther King Jr. know he was going to get got. He knew eventually that they was going to take him out, but he had that kind of faith in his God. Malcolm X knew that eventually he was going to get got. That's just the way of the game. That's just the way the game goes. When you go against the establishment, when you go against the system, when you stand up for the point of disenfranchised, they take you out. They take you out.
I want to believe in some shit that badly that you're willing to die for it.
I mean, you believe in yourself.
Is that what it's like having kids?
Oh, absolutely. So, without question.
So
I said that last night in the shower. I was just in the shower thanking God for my life like I always do. And I said, yo, if I had to be broke and alive to just be able to be here and watch over my kids, I would take that in a heartbeat. I would trade
broke and alive to watch over
kids.
Here to
be with my just to be here to watch my kids.
So you give up success to watch your kids.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Because who wants to be rich and dead? Because I think about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When people die, like a lot of people died this week, like Gary Shandling, and I saw Patty Duke die.
Yeah.
Fife Dog. Like, I'm thinking about this shit, and I'm like, man, these motherfuckers. And then I was thinking about my homeboy Jarrell Drug on that, rest in peace to Jarrell. I'm like, yo, and they're not even gonna get a chance to really watch their kids grow. You know what I'm saying? I think about stuff like that. You know, and in my mind, I'm like, I would rather be here than leave a whole bunch of money for my kids.
But besides money, just this idea that, and I'm interested because I don't have kids, right? Is it?
You need to start fucking raw more.
Well, I fuck raw. I just think my sperms swim backwards. But I think that there's this issue that I have, or not that I have, but I'm interested. Is that once you have a kid, does your whole life focus change? Does your whole life focus come?
Because it's not about you no more.
Right.
And that's why
it's a distinct feeling. Like you remember having that feeling change.
Absolutely. Especially, and time don't do nothing but increase it. And that's what's so impressive about people like any civil rights leader, especially when they have kids. Because if you're a Martin Luther King Jr., you're Malcolm X, and you got your own children to tend to, but then you're still embracing the problems of others and putting your life on the line for others, because it's easy to be selfish and fall back and not be a public servant and say, yo, I'm just going to hold my family down. Y'all on your own. I got a family to raise. But to take all of that on, oh, my God, man.
Because when you're doing that willful suicide.
Honorable suicide. And he's putting his family in harm's way.
That's the thing. Not only are you putting your family in harm's way, you're also removing yourself from your kids' lives, right? So you're really giving up everything. You're giving up your kids. You're giving up yourself for this greater cause.
Because it's easy to be selfless when it's just you.
Heavy.
It's easy to be selfless when it's just you. You can stand on that cross and ride for a whole abundance of people. Like you look at somebody like Oprah. Oprah is such a philanthropist, such a charitable person, but Oprah don't have no kids.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Oprah really, that whole motherly nature that's just naturally in a lot of women, she gives to other people.
What if Oprah does have a lot of kids? We just don't know about it, and that's why she would fluctuate in weight.
That's crazy.
She would just get fat enough to get pregnant and have the kid, have it, lose the weight, and that's what those schools in Africa are.
That's a great theory. I'm going to tell you why that's a great theory.
I think she might have mad
kids.
Because
if I was Oprah, I would have all of these kids, and I would tell them they can't know you're my daughter.
Because now you have a chance at life.
Yeah, you can be raised regular.
Yeah, Stedman's just breastfeeding. That could be the look.
That's a hell of a theory.
There's something to it, man.
Let me move all my kids to Africa. I'm gonna build a school for them.
Exactly. So no one else can know.
Own school.
Yeah, and they're orphans or whatever they are. No, they're not. Hey, Oprah might have some kids, man.
Wow, that's a good theory. That's a good theory.
It is.
Anyway, the moral of the story is Martin Luther King Jr. and Jesus didn't die for y'all sins. They actually got killed for fucking with y'all niggas. And honestly, I wouldn't march for y'all at this point in my life, because if I was Martin Luther King Jr. and I saw what y'all did, if I was Martin Luther King Jr. and Jesus, and I saw what I gave up for y'all just to continue to act like a bunch of motherfucking idiots in the future, I'm like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, you said
really? And I hate when people be like, Jesus died for all our sins, right? So basically you're saying Jesus died for nothing. Because the whole theory of Jesus died so we can sin, Jesus died so we can wild the fuck out.
Yeah,
all we gotta do is pray to forgiveness to him after we do some dumb shit.
Yeah, I believe in that.
And that's the worst thing that ever happened to human beings.
That's why I fucked before marriage, so he didn't die in vain.
That's the worst thing that ever happened to human beings.
What?
Telling us that we can be forgiven for our bullshit.
Yeah, but that's how you get people to come to the party. You can't get people. When you got a flyer for a party, you got to say something on it. You got to say there's going to be girls there. You got to say going to be drinks are free before 12.
Free sin before 11.
Exactly. So this is free sin before you die.
Sins forgiven before 12.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just he needed to get people on board.
Listen, I think that if we'd have told people, look, if you fuck up, you're going to die. Like, be harsh, man. If you because you know why? Because we're too loose now, bro. We're too loose, yo.
I'm with you on this.
We're too loose, yo.
Yo, man, I'm with you on this completely. I was watching Homeland. First of all, Homeland's a fantastic show.
It is.
You watch Homeland?
No, I've heard about it.
But yo, Homeland is so dope. No joke. I'm late on this last season. The last season of Homeland predicted the Brussels terror attacks.
I heard about that.
The Paris terror attacks. Also predicted us trying to overthrow the dictator of Syria, Bashar al-Assad. Whatever. So basically, all these things happen in the season. This shit came out, a year ago or something like that, right? So I'm looking. I don't know how this is exactly related to what we were saying. I got distracted, but I think there's something to this.
Are you talking about free? I'm talking about
Oh yeah, there's too much.
People too loose.
Yeah, people too loose. So anyway, there's this chick on the show that plays opposite the lead, and her whole thing is freedom of the press and releasing classified documents and all the shit. And I'm looking at this like, does this bitch not fucking realize that our lives are at stake here? Look at my phone. Do what you got to do, man. Look at my emails. Like, privacy is overrated, yo. When we got people willing to kill themselves to kill all of us, and you really want to keep your fucking email safe? Fuck you. Go in the emails.
I can see it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because you would think that people who aren't doing any bullshit wouldn't care. Like, if I'm not doing no bullshit, hey, check my email.
But don't tell me you're going to do it. Just do it. That's my issue.
Yeah,
don't tell me
like if you have the intel and the technology to be able to spy on us,
just
to
spy.
keep us safe, do it, man. I see that.
Because it's like the shit with like having a girlfriend and cheating on her. Don't ask your girl permission. Just cheat respectfully.
But you kind of got to make it a law, I guess.
See, that's where we get funky, right? Mm-hmm. That's where we get funky. The law, that's where the FBI got a little bit too much. You know how the FBI was with Apple? They were beefing over, they wanted Apple to open the phone for them. So apparently, because they just dropped the case because they got into the phone. I don't know if you read that. So the FBI got into the iPhone, right? And so I think what this was all about was, I think the FBI could have got into the iPhone months ago. But I think what they wanted is permission to do it from a court case. So that they could get into all our phones whenever they wanted. Because
I don't think
you feel me on that?
I don't think that you can press charges if you do it illegally. Like it's like kind of like
exactly.
an illegal search and seizure.
Yes. Now, when it comes to terrorist attacks or terrorist information, that kind of shit like that, you can always throw them in jail under that law, like enemy of the state law, whatever that shit is. But I think there's something to that, man. It's like, just look at our shit. If you find some wild shit about a motherfucker want to blow something up, lock him up. I don't care if he doesn't have his rights. Like, if he's trying to kill us, fuck it.
We need Minority Report, bro. We need motherfuckers to lock you up for thinking about some bullshit.
Yeah, but my shit is like, at least let them decide that it's a bad decision to make. Like, here's with Minority Report is like, if you think that they're gonna come get you, but at least let them think about it and then think, oh, this is a stupid decision. Like, this is one of the reasons why I'm pissed off about the rhetoric Donald Trump is spewing right now, and what Cruz is talking about as well, where they want to police the Muslim neighbors, police the mosques and shit like that. We need to do the exact opposite, in my personal opinion, because we have allies as Americans, Muslim Americans, that are in these communities. You don't want to alienate people that might hear whispers about a terror attack. You want them to feel part of America, so they want to protect America, or London or Paris or Brussels, so they want to protect the country where they're from these terrorists.
And you shouldn't generalize a group of people like
Absolutely,
that.
You shouldn't generalize.
Why should just Muslims be police? Like, yo, fucking them poor white cracker niggas down south could do domestic terrorism as well. It could be Jewish people that do domestic terrorism. It could be black people that do domestic terrorism. Like, don't just focus on one group.
I know. I mean, that's the PC thing to say. Right now, the only people blowing themselves up are Muslims. So I think that's just the reality.
But define domestic terrorism, because
I'm saying blowing themselves up.
If you walk up in a movie theater with a gun and you shoot 60, 70 people, or you walk up in a school and shoot 40, 50 people, that's domestic terrorism to me too.
Listen, I'm just saying blowing themselves up. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying in terms of, I'm only saying organized terror plots that are connected to terrorist cells and that kind of shit. When we have a crazy motherfucker that wants to go on a shooting spree, be it a crazy white kid that shoots up a theater, be it a crazy black dude that just walked up to a couple cops and shoots them in the fucking head while they're at a stoplight.
Terrorism.
Sure, domestic terrorism. That being said, fair. I'm with you on that. But what I'm talking about is, we cannot alienate a community of people that are good, hardworking Americans, good, hardworking French, good, hardworking English people who serve the community. You can't alienate them, because all you do is you do the exact opposite thing that Martin Luther King talking about. You push them away. Once you start pointing at somebody, all of a sudden they retreat. How can I be part of something if you're not going to allow me to be part of it?
I think we have to.
We need to use them as allies. We need anybody in that community that hears there could be some sort of attack or anything like that. We need them to snitch. Give us information, and you're not going to get none of that information if you start treating them like second-class citizens. That's some bullshit.
I think we have to stop trying to give evil a face, and we just need to combat evil. Period. Like.
What you mean?
Like, what I mean is, like, if a guy shoots up a school or a guy shoots up a movie theater, don't say that's some white boy shit. If a guy scraps on a bomb and blows up a plane, or don't say, oh, that's some Muslim shit. Like, evil is evil. We should all, in America, want to combat evil. We want to make America safe from whoever is motherfucking causing this goddamn terrorism, domestic, international, abroad, in America, in the world. I don't think that you should just give it a face, because I think that's how you get caught sleeping. If you're chilling, right, and you're looking at the guy in the turban by you, and you got your eye on him the whole time, thinking he's gonna blow some shit up. It might be the dude that looks like Greg that pulls out a gun and shoots me in the back of my motherfucking head. I'm like, I'm so busy focusing on the dude with the turban. I mean, and then the dude with the turban might be the guy that tries to save me. He might be the doctor.
If you want to keep it very real, if I'm a terrorist, I'm not walking in there with, well, first of all, the turban, the guys are Sikhs, they're not even Muslims.
So who's the Muslims? I forgot. I can't keep up.
Muslims are Muslims. Sikhs
growing up to me, Muslims had bow ties and bean pies, so I don't know.
Sure, so exactly, bow ties. So it could be those.
And the only Sheiks I knew was the Iron Sheik.
Well, not even a Sheik, Sikh. But
what the fuck is a Sikh?
A Sikh is
like seek and destroy?
Yes, but spelled differently, S-I-K-H. But these are people from India. It's actually a warrior class of people. It's really cool history behind the Sikhs. I mean, a lot of us know them as the stereotypical cab drivers you see in movies. But when you go back to like Indian history, it's pretty cool. Akash was explaining to me about it. It's very interesting.
The fuck is Akash, by the way?
Akash, my boy, the Indian that comes to the thing. Akash is Hindu.
Okay, yeah. I know about that.
He's Indian, but he's Hindu. So anyway, back to what we're saying is. Fuck, I'm so distracted, man. What were we talking about?
We were talking about, I was saying that you shouldn't give me a face.
If I was a terrorist, I'm not going to put a fucking turban on. I'm not going to grow out my beard or anything like that. If I'm a terrorist,
Absolutely
I'm putting a yarmulke on. What's the last thing that you would think, what's the last way that you would stereotype me as a Muslim extremist?
Dress like a Jewish person.
Exactly.
You know what's so stupid
about that? The curls and all that shit. I'm going to wear that fucking peacoat, that furry hat.
This is what trips me out about America.
Say what? Yo, I'm starting to think Homeland giving people ideas, yo. I think we need to be a little bit more button tight with these movies and shit like that. Because these terrorists watching Homeland, seeing what Carrie Matheson and all them go through, and then they're repeating the goddamn plots.
I've been saying this. If we believe in the Illuminati, right?
Yeah.
Or we believe in secret societies and shit like that, don't think that these movies and TV shows are predicting shit. These motherfuckers is just cashing in off plots they wrote a long time ago. I truly, honestly believe that shit, yo. I really believe that shit. Like when you look at the Donald Trump on The Simpsons, and they had him, remember they did the episode of Donald Trump as the president?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know Donald Trump ran before.
Yeah.
But who in their right mind would ever think Donald Trump would be such a viable candidate that he would actually be president?
Man, I don't even think, in all honesty, Donald Trump thought that he would be.
Yeah, that motherfucker was just out here winging it. And
I think he was winging it. I think he was having fun. I think he's promoting his shows because at the time he didn't lose his shows, right? I think he just looked at his free press. I'm going to get out here in the world, get some free press. I'm going to do another season of You Got Fired, another season of Miss Universe, and then boom, I'm good. All of a sudden, this shit started to catch steam.
He don't got no choice now.
And I'll be honest with you, when I hear him talk, before he starts talking about Mexicans and Muslims, before he starts saying that shit, he's charismatic. When he goes up there and he just starts clowning Ted, he's reading Ted Cruz. He going up there, listen, I don't know what Lion Ted's talking about. He says he's from Florida. That's not where he's from. He's from Texas. Shit, he could be from Canada. I don't even know. He's just teasing him.
He's entertaining.
He is so entertaining.
Cardi B's charismatic and entertaining.
Okay.
A-Town's charismatic and entertaining.
Don't even dare say A-Town is charismatic. Charisma?
Whoa.
Charisma?
You couldn't keep your eyes off him when he was hot.
There's a difference between I can't keep my eyes off a car crash. That doesn't mean it's charismatic.
But he was entertaining. You came in here a few times when he was hot. Good morning.
Hello.
You couldn't help but repeat A-Town.
Yeah, but repetition is different than charisma, in my opinion. But look,
Trump
I'm with
is doing
you.
the same
I'm with
shit.
you.
Trump needs.
I think he's super entertaining, and I'm watching him on this debate, and the guy isn't saying anything really of value. I mean, maybe a couple things.
He never does.
But here's the beauty of it. John Kasich gets up after him. I was watching on CNN last night. This is the guy who's most, I guess, reasonable. He's got the most experience of all the Republican nominees. He's the most successful in terms of his political career and what he's done, not only for Ohio, but when he was working at the State Department, right? When this guy gets up and talks, he's fucking boring, Charlemagne. He is boring. He doesn't talk presidential. He doesn't look presidential. He's wearing referee sneakers. If you look at him, he looks like Joey Crawford. What?
Most presidents are boring.
No, that's the thing. Most presidents have charisma. That's what you win off of. Name a boring one that are dope.
Yes.
Ready?
Bill Clinton. John F. Kennedy Jr.
George Bush.
Barack Obama. George Bush was garbage.
You don't think George Bush was entertaining as fuck?
He was dumb as fuck. He wasn't entertaining. We was laughing at him.
So A-Town could be entertaining.
Yeah,
A-Town could be entertaining.
Yeah, George Bush was A-Town.
But George Bush can't be entertaining.
George Bush was A-Town.
Welvin could be entertaining, but George Bush can't be entertaining.
Welvin and A-Town or George Bush?
They entertaining.
Entertaining. But entertaining because we're laughing at them.
Brother, ain't entertainment
like 9/11,
wins.
George Bush is reading a book upside down.
Yeah, entertainment wins. How you know he's not that good at reading?
He might.
We all thinking he's stupid. Maybe he's so smart he needs a challenge.
I don't think entertainment wins in this case, man. I just really think. And by the way, last week when you asked me who would be a better president, Donald Trump or Ted Cruz, and I said Ted Cruz because he actually has political experience. Donald Trump really don't know shit. Mm-hmm. Bill Maher killed it on Friday.
What'd he say?
Bill Maher said he hates Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, but he said if I had a choice, I'm going to pick Ted Cruz. He said Ted Cruz may be our worst president ever, but Donald Trump could be our last president ever.
Funny line. Funny line.
But that's because Donald Trump really doesn't know anything about the political process.
I think he doesn't know how touchy the political process, and he doesn't understand how. He knows
nothing about politics.
I don't think he understands geopolitics in terms of leverage. Like he keeps on saying, like, "Oh, we're just going to stop." He goes, "Oh, we're just going to stop supporting all these countries with, our weapons, and we're going to let them have their own weapons. And maybe Japan has nuclear power. Maybe we'll give South Korea nuclear weapons. This kind of stuff. We got to stop protecting all these countries." What happens is when you protect all these countries, you have leverage with them. Just like the mafia. Hey, I'm going to protect your business, right? But all of a sudden, if I need a favor from you, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to do me that favor.
Yeah.
That's why we protect these countries, so we can get favors from them. So if he doesn't understand the leverage right there, then there's an issue.
Motherfucking Donald Trump, he don't understand that America needs a major label deal. America can't be an independent.
Yeah, we in indie. No.
America cannot operate as an independent.
Atlantic.
Artist. America's not Troy Ave. America's not motherfucking Macklemore. America's not Chance the Rapper. America needs to be signed to a major in order to prosper. That's what Donald Trump don't understand. He want us to go indie.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
bro.
Nah. We need major distribution.
Nah. Fuck Donald Trump. He's the Antichrist. Now, do you love books but find that you never have time to read them? Well,
try reading them upside down.
Yes, like exactly. Audible.com has the perfect solution. Get audiobooks, and you can listen to the recordings backwards. Okay? All right? You listen to those books you've been meaning to read while on the go, at the gym, during your commute. Audible.com provides over 180,000 titles from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, and business information providers.
You know what? This is a great idea. Because this goes along with the same reason why podcasts are successful. We want distraction at all points in time during the day, but I can't read a book while I'm driving a car.
Absolutely not.
I can't read a book.
Absolutely not.
I might not want to carry a book around me while I'm on the subway.
Absolutely not.
But if I have some shit in my ear, I'll listen to it. I might even maybe I'll listen to a book while I work. Would you do that?
I mean, I it's funny that we're talking about this because I'm working on my book right now. I really feel like my audio book will probably do better than my hard copy,
especially if you read it.
I'm definitely reading
that would be important to me as a listener. Like I want to hear you say the things that you say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's very important for me to do the audiobook. Like that was a big deal for me. Like I need the audiobook and hard copy to release the same time.
Smart. Because it's almost like a podcast. It's like or your radio show.
Yes.
But I need to hear your advice. I need to hear what you're talking about from you as a viewer, right?
Yeah.
It's like if the triangle offense is being described to me, who do I want to hear the voice of?
Phil Jackson.
Exactly that. Anyway, their app is free and works on iPhones, iPad, Android, Windows Phone. You can also download and listen on your Kindle, Fire, and over 500 MP3 players. And unlike a streaming or rental service, with Audible, you own your books, so you can access your books anytime and anywhere right from your smartphone. Audible.com also has the great listen guarantee. If you decide you don't like the book you choose, no worries. You can exchange any book you aren't happy with for another title. Anytime, no questions asked.
That's right. So if you're looking for a good book to start with, I highly recommend Jalen Rose's book, Got to Get the People What They Want. That was a very good read of mine last year. There's also Russell Simmons' Happy Vegan, which even features a section read by our own C. Diddy, Chris Monroe. Okay. And just for listeners, Audible.com is offering a free 30-day trial membership. Go to audible.com/idiots today to start your free trial today. Again, show your support for Brilliant Idiots and get a free 30-day trial at audible.com/idiots.
I need a new book, man. You know what I find with me when it comes to books? It's almost like a workout. You ever like the last thing you want to do is go to the gym? But once you get into the workout, once you get over that initial, your feet are in the mud period, you're like, fuck, I can't put this down. Like, I want to be here for the rest of the day.
But that's all I do is read.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you're already caught up in the momentum of it. So the second you finish a book, you're already starting another one. You might even be reading more than one at a fucking time.
No, I don't do that. But that's the key. The key to reading a book is it's not a race, bro.
Yeah.
Like you finish when you finish.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't put the pressure on yourself.
Don't put the pressure on yourself, because I know I'm the type of person that when I read something, if I really like what I just read, I'll reread it because I want to retain the information. And I don't read books when I'm tired and I'm sleepy just to say, yo, I finished it. Because when you're sleepy and you're tired, you don't retain information as well. So I read it when I really feel like reading it. And if I just read a chapter, I just read a chapter.
What do you have any tips for retention? I feel like you are taking in an incredible amount of information on a daily basis. And sometimes you may forget shit, but I feel like you have the ability to not only like remember, but also recall certain circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, I feel like whatever I'm supposed to remember, I'm supposed to remember. And whatever I'm supposed to forget, I'm supposed to forget. Like, honestly, I really, truly believe that. Because sometimes I be reading, like I'm reading Ask Gary Vee right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gary Vee, salute to Gary Vaynerchuk. And I'm reading his book, and it's certain things he says that stick out to me immediately. Like that, like, oh, shit. So when it hits me like that, I'll read it over, and I automatically got it. It's in my mind, done. You know, like one thing that he says now that I really, really love and appreciate, we're going to get Gary on the podcast too. He said, the problem with a lot of these motherfuckers out here now is they spend so much time complaining about how they want things to be instead of adjusting to how things are. And that's ill to me. I mean, you look at it like if you're playing basketball or football and this motherfucking offense is just running these plays and they're running through your defense, you don't sit there and keep going, these motherfuckers are fast as shit. Yo, why can't we stop these motherfuckers? I wish these motherfuckers stop scoring touchdowns. You motherfucking adjust the defense.
Interesting.
To try to stop these motherfuckers. You got to react to the way life is. Stop complaining about how you want things to be and react to the way life actually fucking is. Now, I think that's dope.
What do you say to the people who go, well, what do we have to change the way life is because life is unfair for us?
Sometimes you can't.
So
I had a conversation. It's funny. I had a conversation with Dick Gregory this week. Dick Gregory came on the Breakfast Club.
Famous comedian.
And I say, yo, Dick, man, you know, you're talking a lot of. We know what the problems are in life and just this society in America. Dick Gregory's he came around, 1930s. So he's been around.
He looks about 250 years old.
Exactly. He was
born the same year that Morgan Freeman.
Bro, he was around when racism was racism.
With a capital R.
There wasn't no need for systematic institutionalized racism, nigga. We was kicking you in your ass in the streets, nigga.
Wrong water fountain.
Don't drink that water. It's not your water fountain, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I say, we discussing problems. How do we, discuss solutions? He goes, there are no motherfucking solutions. He said, that's your problem. He said, the problem is y'all motherfuckers is trying to correct problems instead of just dealing with the way life is. You just got to deal with life as it is. And I'm like, that's kind of true. You deal with it as it is. And if something bothers you, you speak up about it. You know what I'm saying? If something offends you, you say that it offended you.
But you don't let reality stop you from living your life.
You don't let reality stop you from living your life. What Martin Luther King Jr. and those guys did in the civil rights era was they adjusted to how things were, but they weren't happy with the way things were. So their adjustment to life was, I'm going to give my life trying to better the next generation. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they made the adjustment. They didn't just sit back and be like, yo, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They made the adjustment, the proper defense to stop this offense that was happening in motherfucking America. And I feel like that's what you got to do sometime. Like, stop complaining about the problems. Martin Luther King Jr., to me, what they were doing wasn't complaining. What they were doing was actually telling people what was wrong and how shit could be right.
Yeah, but maybe the only way, going out and protesting back then was the only way to get retweets.
But it wasn't just protests. See what I'm saying? It wasn't just complaining, because that's what some people could look at protests as doing, is just complaining. They had a plan.
Yeah.
They knew what they wanted to do strategically and systematically to get America on the right track, which was the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Sure. But maybe there's not as much positive reinforcement, or maybe back then there wasn't as much positive reinforcement without action. Right now, you get so much positive reinforcement without action. You could just say some shit now, and people go,
hashtag activism.
Yo, this dude is amazing because he tweeted some shit. But he's not really doing anything about it. He's not making any changes.
Yeah,
I think there is that. It's like we reward mediocrity too much now.
Yeah. So basically, my advice for retaining information is, you're going to retain things that pertain to you. You're going to retain things that actually hit you and affect you. So for me, I'm the type of person, my mother used to always tell me, read things that don't have anything to do with you. And I would read the Judy Blume and Beverly Cleary and shit like that. I would read things that I thought I wouldn't have no connection with. But sometimes that's where you find your deepest meaning. You know what I'm saying? You find your illest shit in those books.
Yeah. You don't need to read the life you already know.
You don't need to read the life you already know. And like I said, don't rush.
Yeah.
You're not in a rush. It's not a marathon. It took me literally about 6-7 months to read the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
Like to really read
dense,
it. That shit is no joke.
That shit is
Any motherfuckers like, I read that shit in a week. I'd be like, man, fuck out of here, nigga. Who the fuck you think you
just read each law.
Yeah, that's what you did. Word up. You read each law. You didn't read the breakdowns and the details and the reversals. Fuck out of here.
And that's where the heat is. The heat is
in
the stories that pertain to each law. Because
Yes.
I went through the book just like that. When I first got it, I go, let me go through each law, see what these laws are about. They're so interesting that I'll peruse it. But when you get into the stories that talk about how the Romans took over this and like all the historical backdrop for each law, that's where you get some fire, man.
And sometimes shit don't interest me. Like I started reading Robert Greene's The Mastery, and I love Robert Greene.
But you weren't into it.
I wasn't into it. But the reason I wasn't into was it The Mastery? Yeah, the reason I wasn't into The Mastery is because I already had read Outliers.
Oh, so it was similar.
It was very similar.
Right.
Outliers was 10,000 hours. The Mastery was just saying, what if you did 50? Like, it was just basically the same type of philosophy.
There's nothing interesing about redundancy.
Nothing interesting about redundancy.
You know what you said was very interesting, like how it's easy to remember things that call to you. Totally unrelated, but when I'm memorizing lines for an audition, if the character speaks to me, I swear to God, the lines are easy to remember.
Absolutely.
And even if I don't get them exactly right,
absolutely,
I get like a version of it. I understand where the character is coming from, right? When the character isn't really me, it's like a different version or something I can't relate to, man, I can't remember shit. It's like I got Alzheimer's, dog. I'll read the fucking line 10 times. I just can't get it out. So maybe there is something to that, like something that you relate to speaks to you.
Absolutely.
And makes an imprint in your mind. Maybe that's your brain's way of saying, yo, you don't need this, dog.
No, for
you
real,
know what I mean?
yo.
Like, maybe
everything ain't for us. I really, truly believe that. Like, I feel like when you wake up in the morning, your spirit just directs you. I swear to God, people, try this. If you wake up in the morning, right, and you don't touch your cell phone, you don't do anything, and you just listen to the universe, your spirit will tell you exactly how to move throughout the day. You'll find yourself just falling in pocket with things, and you'll be like, oh, that just fell into place over here. And that just fell into place over there. Like, really listen to your instinct. Don't listen to other people.
But what if my spirit is telling me to check my mentions?
Don't do it.
Because that's
not natural.
That shit is hard, bro.
It is.
You wake up in the morning, I need to scroll. I need some scrolling.
I mean, listen, it's the 79th organ. I just finished reading the book by From the Internet to the Internet. And that's what it's about, disconnecting from technology to reconnect with yourself.
Interesting.
And that's what he talked about, your 79th motherfucking organ. That's what your smartphone is. Sometimes you just got to leave that shit. Yo, I swear. You know what I did yesterday?
What's that?
I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or maybe the day before yesterday. I literally took my phone, put it upstairs to charge, and I said, you know what? I'm going to motherfucking Subway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where everybody's at. I know where my wife's at. I know where my daughter's at. Nobody's going to need to call me. Yeah. I'm going to Subway without my motherfucking phone.
Ooh.
And it felt great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it felt great.
Yeah, you
like,
could smell the bread again.
The radio sounded different. Because mind you, I always got the radio on.
Yeah, but
I remember I was like, shit, I can listen to this TED Talk now. So I was looking at I don't got my phone.
Yeah.
My shit is on my phone.
Yeah.
I just turn the radio on, turn ESPN on. I'm riding, I'm chilling. I'm like, wow. Yeah. I'm in Subway actually paying attention. I'm not looking down at my phone.
You know what? Give me the banana peppers.
I never tried those banana peppers. Yo, bro, give me some more spinach lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm paying attention. You're more focused.
You're aware. You're mindful, they say. You're mindful of your surroundings.
And I'm going to start doing that more, yo. That's how you enjoy moments more. Yeah. Like, I went to go see Batman versus Superman. I should have left my fucking phone at home.
Why? You were looking at it during the movie?
I shouldn't. You know why? Because I'm sitting in the movie.
Yeah.
After about an hour, like, this shit is trash. And I wanted to tweet out this shit is trash, but I'm like, this is that bullshit that a lot of people do on social media. We're so quick to jump to conclusions and be like, this shit is trash. I like, let me watch the whole movie first.
Smart.
So, but what I always do most of the time is give my girl my phone.
Yeah.
So I won't ask for it. So I did do that. But I wish I didn't even bring it.
Yeah,
because even in that moment of thinking about, oh, I got to tweet this shit, I missed some shit.
Yeah, it's like when you got a dessert in the fridge and you're trying to eat well.
Yes.
Now all you're doing is thinking about that ice cream that you got in there. That. Exactly. You got to get that shit out of the building. There's no possible way. I will say this because I saw it as well, Batman vs. Superman.
Trash.
Here's the thing.
For the last 30, 40 minutes, I would say it was complete garbage.
Exactly. The last 30, 40, fire.
It made it okay. It made the movie bearable.
If we're isolating the last 30, 40, that shit was fire.
It was a great Netflix episode.
Great. Okay, if it was an hour show, if that was a Daredevil episode, I'm a fan.
That shit was
now,
bullshit.
I'll say this: the first hour and 15 or hour and a half, too much exposition, dog. We know how Batman became an orphan. How many times you gonna tell us that his parents died, yo?
Listen, first of all, this isn't for fuck it. This movie made a lot of money. We're gonna give some spoilers. I don't give a shit. First of all, I'm gonna tell you why I thought Batman.
Ain't no spoilers. Everybody knows what the fuck happened.
But
we
I'm
read the
gonna tell you why I'm
magazine.
stuck. I thought that Robin reference was random as fuck.
What Robin reference?
You didn't see Robin's suit? When Batman was in there looking at his suit, and then he walks by Robin's case, and it's like the suit's burnt up, and it's like the Joker wrote on it, ha ha ha, joke's on you, which is a reference to Red Hood, because in the comics, Jason Todd dies and comes back as Red Hood. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Right? So if you don't know anything
I thought that was another Batman suit.
No, it was Robin.
That was
suit.
Robin? Why is Robin's suit black?
Because it was burnt up. It got burnt the fuck up.
I swear to God, I thought it was an old Batman suit.
No.
Man, I'm like,
it was
I had
Robin.
no clue.
Robin, random as fuck. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. DC, y'all just got to give it up. Marvel owns this movie world. Maybe y'all can focus on TV.
Nah. Dark Knight series with Christopher Nolan, incredible.
But they should have built off that, because Man of Steel was garbage.
Dog, you need Nolan for that. Nolan is the realist.
Well, they should have let Nolan do the whole fucking franchise.
Absolutely. They literally should have handed him the keys.
Yes.
But here's the thing about Nolan. He writes his own shit. Him and his brother write the scripts for all that. So it's like, I don't know if they want to give him that much autonomy. But when you got Nolan,
Man of Steel was whack.
That man hasn't made a bad movie.
You know why I don't like Superman? He's too fucking perfect.
Exactly. You need flaws.
That
but that's what I liked about this app is like they created flaws. They created flaws for him.
He really didn't have no flaws. What was the flaws?
Kryptonite. That's the ultimate flaw.
We know that though.
But I'm saying once you see the vulnerability, you can relate to him.
But we've always seen the vulnerability. Other than that, he's perfect. And guess what?
Yeah.
Kryptonite, you can only beat let's be clear about this. Yeah. You can only beat Superman if you're rich. Because Kryptonite costs a lot of goddamn
you can hold your breath
money.
Hella long, and go get that Kryptonite.
But that shit costs a lot of fucking money, bro. You got to be a capitalist. You got to be Mitt Romney to beat Superman.
Exactly.
Mitt Romney can fuck Superman up right now.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Mitt Romney would make a decent Batman. Actually, he's too nice. I thought Ben Affleck looks like Batman though.
Ben Affleck did a great job.
I thought Ben Affleck killed that shit. Though his lips are mad small. I don't know why I'm looking at his mouth. Well, I know why, because that's the only part of you can see on the mask. But his lips are fucking tiny. He has the ultimate white man lips.
And those whack ass dreams. How you got dream sequences in a superhero movie, bro?
I don't get it, bro.
The fuck is Batman and Superman sleeping and having dreams for? And how is the Flash visiting Batman in a fucking dream?
Wait, the Flash visited Batman?
Who you think the guy was that came when Batman was asleep and he came running saying, you was right the whole time. You was always right about him. Lois is the key. That shit had nothing to do with nothing.
I don't even remember.
And I'm gonna tell you,
I didn't retain that.
I'm gonna tell you how whack the Justice League is. Marvel took every character for the Avengers, gave them their own movie before they introduced us to the Avengers. Fucking DC introduced the Justice League to us in a fucking email attachment, bro. Like literally a fucking email attachment. Literally.
So who was it? It was Aquaman.
This is how stupid it was. Batman opens up the email.
Yeah.
It's an Aquaman logo, a Wonder Woman logo, a Flash logo, and Cyborg logo. And he had the nerve to even email Wonder Woman, I know who you are. This is what you're looking for. And just forwards this classified information over to fucking Wonder Woman. What the fuck? This shit is, it was so stupid. It was garbage.
The modern age.
It was, if it wasn't for the last 30, 40 minutes, I would say Batman vs. Superman was absolute garbage.
Can I ask you a question? How the fuck did Wonder Woman get that rope over that big ass creature? Remember when they cut away and all of a sudden she's holding that big ass creature who destroyed entire buildings
the lasso
with
can
that
do
lasso?
The lasso can do anything. The lasso can stretch and all kind of shit like that. How about this?
Bruh.
Why was Wonder Woman in this movie?
Why she got a lasso?
That's her thing.
You had a sword and a fucking lasso?
Yeah, she got a lasso. That's
Get rid of the fucking lasso. The lasso's
and she got an invisible jet.
What?
She got an invisible jet.
Fuck the jet. Fuck the lasso. Use the sword. She's a bad chick.
Why was she in the movie?
That chick is hot. She hot as fuck.
Do you realize?
Let me tell you why she in the movie. I'm gonna tell you exactly why she in the movie.
Because to promote the Wonder Woman solo movie.
Of course, the Wonder Woman solo. But also, furthermore, is because Superman is too perfect to be dating Amy Adams. Is it Amy Adams? Is the Lois Lane? Amy Adams is a great actress, all that shit. But Superman deserves something better.
Fuck Superman.
Nah, Superman deserve a bad one, bro. Superman like his regular bitches. What?
You think he'd fuck Wonder Woman?
I think he needs to
Superman
fuck something
got a
like
little
that.
dick, bro.
How the fuck he got a little dick?
Think about it. You're Superman. You're perfect. You got you wear that little underwear. We don't never see no bulge, bro.
I see bulge. He's got a decent bulge.
He'll fuck a regular girl because Lois Lane will just appreciate fucking Superman. Lois Lane will be so caught up in fucking Superman.
So you're saying Superman is insecure, so he got to fuck ugly.
Word up.
So he's one of those workout dudes that got an ugly girlfriend?
There you go, with a little dick.
So he wants to be the star of the relationship, Superman.
There you go. Because Wonder Woman gonna put too much pressure on. Wonder Woman like, yo, Batman dick big as fuck. Flash, he fuck fast, but his dick big as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be Superman, and you got
Aquaman got me wet all night.
Aquaman got me wet all motherfucking night. We fucking underwater and shit. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be Superman, and you got this little ass dick.
How does he have a little dick? I can't fathom it.
That's why he fuck regular girls, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't think he got a little dick. Bro.
I'm telling you.
I really don't believe it. First of all, his dick hard as fuck. Don't act like it's not hard. When that motherfucker gets a boner, that shit undefeated.
Maybe it's not. Maybe Superman's dick is like Superman when he's on kryptonite all the time.
Maybe that's his kryptonite. Ooh. The erection.
I don't know. Batman vs. Superman was trash.
The last 40 minutes were dope.
Last 40 minutes were decent.
We need to stop. And listen, DC, Marvel, every single one of you, we know the backstory already. If you're doing Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man, you don't need to show Spider-Man's fucking uncle getting killed. We know what happened to Uncle Ben. Yeah. You don't need to see what happened to Batman's parents. Superman, we understand he came from fucking Krypton. Stop with the backline. Yeah. We know what happened.
Stop making,
okay?
What y'all need to do is stop making the movies for the casual fans. And just pretend you're making the movies for the diehards.
And that's what the dope thing about the fucking Netflix series are.
Word up.
Is because they don't even explain these motherfucking characters. Like, I had no clue who Luke Cage was. Remember in the first episode of Jessica Jones, the second episode of Jessica Jones, they got this guy's a superhero. I had no clue he's even a superhero. Right. You told me that shit.
Yeah, you're right. But you're right. See, I take it for granted because Luke Cage and Wolverine, my two favorite superheroes.
Because you knew him already. But my point is, I didn't know him, and I was still interested because as much as we might not want to admit it, we like being confused. That challenges us. Yeah. The first few minutes of a movie or TV show or episode where we don't know what's going on is the most exciting because we're trying to put together the pieces. Challenge us, Batman, Marvel, or DC, rather.
By the way, the new Luke Cage and Iron Man Hero for Hire series, they just started putting back out.
Is it a comic book?
It's a comic book. It's only on issue 2.
They need an audio version.
Whoa. Salute to my guy. No, the visuals are crazy. Salute to Sanford Green. He draws it. Amazing. And I grew up on Hero for Hire, so for them to reissue it, like they're older now, Luke Cage and Jessica are grown with kids, that's what Marvel wins, because they deal with real issues. Like Iron Fist wants to get back together with Luke Cage and bring the team back together, and he's like, no, I got a family now. And Jessica Jones is like, I don't want you hanging out with this guy because y'all motherfuckers gonna start beating up villains again and shit like that. Like it's ill.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why Marvel's more successful, because Marvel
has human characters.
Is more relatable.
More relatable.
I can't relate to a motherfucker that lives under the water and swims around with dolphins all day.
No.
I can't relate to a billionaire, and I can't relate to a guy who's absolutely perfect, bullets can't pierce his skin, nothing like that. I can't relate to an alcoholic dude who got knives in his fingers, right?
Yeah.
I can relate to a guy who owns a bar.
But I will say this, Bruce Wayne is more relatable than all of them.
Bruce Wayne is only relatable because he's an orphan. Without that, he's just a spoiled rich kid. If his parents didn't die, he wouldn't be likable at all. Matter of fact, the best thing that he's got going for him is some mugger had the decency to shoot his fucking dad and mom in front of him, so he had some fucking humility. With that, we need to find out who that mugger is and give him all the gratitude that we possibly can, because without that murder, he's nobody. Without that murder, he's Mitt Romney, and nobody fucking likes him.
And I think Batman fucks little boys too, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Why?
Because Robin serves no purpose and has never served no purpose. He's just a little boy running around in tights. That was Batman's boy toy.
How old was he?
Robin was a little kid.
How old?
He was a pedophile treat.
But how old?
He was young. Robin was in his teens.
Are we talking about 18 or are we talking about...
He was in his teens.
14 or 18?
Robin was in his teens.
So you're going to let a kid put his life on the line, risk getting murdered by bad guys at the age 14 or 16? You can't have him working in the fucking lab with Alfred?
Hey, man. If that
That's a peculiar situation right there.
Hey, if that little boy's mouth is fire, you going to keep him with you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to just let him stick around with old pedophile Alfred, who taught you how to fuck the little boy because he probably was fucking you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Maybe Robin's asshole is the real Batcave. Okay, time for a quick word from our friend Tristan Walker and the good people at Bevel, the first and only shaving system designed specifically for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin.
All right, salute to everyone from the Bevel team who came out to our live show in San Francisco the other day. And speaking of live shows, I was in the green room before Tax's live show this past weekend. I saw boxes of Bevel, which made me kind of nervous because I'm like, yo, it was a lot of dudes in there with ankle bracelets and shit. They might see these Bevel razors, use them for weapons, okay? But no, they did the right thing. All right, Tax gave them away to his fans. So salute to Bevel, showing the good brother Tax throwing some love too, okay?
In the meantime, let's talk about those Bevel razor kits, which really do keep your face looking great and, of course, are an impressive addition to whatever sort of personal grooming supplies you've got. Now sorry, go.
Oh, well, the other day we asked you to send a pic of your neck if it looked like a Nestle Crunch bar, and we'd send the worst case of Bevel. But so far, no takers, so maybe we need to switch this up. Take a picture of the person you know with the worst case of razor bumps. Grab a shot of someone on the street. The subway will accept screenshots from TV. Just be sneaky about it so they don't feel bad about their situation, okay? Then add us on Twitter and show us why you need a Bevel intervention ASAP.
Hey, and so you won't end up being the poster boy for razor bumps. Check out GetBevel.com today. Use the code FREEIDIOTS to get your first month of Bevel membership free at GetBevel.com. That's GetBevel.com. But hustle, because that's only good for the first 200 listeners that respond. That's GetBevel.com. Now let's get back to the show.
Now let's touch on some hot topics.
Man, we got a lot of shit going on.
First of all, D'Angelo Russell is pussy.
Yo, what happened here, yo?
You're a sucker. He's one of them 20-year-old new niggas who feels like they have to record everything instead of enjoying the fucking moment. I just told y'all you should leave your motherfucking phone at home now. You're a rookie. As a rookie in the NBA, you have to gain the veterans on the team's trust on the court and off the court. So if one of the veterans is allowing you to be in their room and have conversation with them, and I'm Nick Young, I've been in the league for a little while. I got this little 20-year-old motherfucker laying on my bed asking me all kind of questions. Y'all already probably annoyed as shit and want to tell this little motherfucker, shut the fuck up. But you realize he's a rookie, so you're trying to do the nice thing, and this motherfucker got his phone out the whole motherfucking time recording you talking about other women that you potentially could fuck with or have fucked with, and you're dating Iggy Azalea. What the fuck was the point of that, D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah,
what fuck boy shit is that, man?
Now, here's the thing that confuses me. At the end of the video, he says, you just said that to my video. And D'Angelo Russell goes, you just said that to my video. And Nick Young goes, what? And then it cuts off. So he admits to Nick Young that he videotaped him. What I don't get is what transpired next, right? How does this video go up?
Because this dumb motherfucker probably thought him saying that means, oh, Nick gave me consent to use it.
No, but he seemed upset. He seemed perturbed by it. He was like, what do you mean? What are you doing? Like, it's almost to the point where I think that someone else might have gotten that off of his phone. That means
he sent it to him.
Yeah, who would he send this to?
Yo, I don't think you realize how retarded these people are. I just had
they might be that fucking dumb. Yo.
I just had a situation where this was a few weeks ago, but my guy Kaz, salute to Kaz, you know what I'm saying? Real life Kaz. Yeah. He'll be on Uncommon Sense this week. Uncommon Sense this Friday, April 1st at 11 p.m., by the way. He'll be on Uncommon Sense this week. Kaz is my man. So Kaz introduced me to this dude. Kaz was like, yo, it's this dude. You know, he's doing blah, blah, blah. I think that, you know, you could assist him in some way. Maybe it's something there. I'm like, cool, because that's just the type of person I am. You never know. So me and the guy start exchanging text messages. You know, we talk on the phone a couple times. Then a situation happened where he heard me say something pertaining to his situation. I don't want to say the situation because I don't want to get this motherfucker no promo.
Gotcha.
So he heard me say something pertaining to his situation. So he wasn't happy about it. So he was texting me. So I was driving, so I actually called him. Mm-hmm. You know, he didn't pick up, but then he called me back. So we're just having a conversation. And I'm explaining to him why I don't think he should be upset. Like, I get it, but I don't think he should be upset. If anything, this is going to help you, blah, 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 this and that, whatever, whatever. You know, this motherfucker recorded my whole conversation.
I remember you telling us.
Posted it on YouTube.
Yo.
And then posted text messages that Kaz sent to me, text messages Kaz sent to Tax, text messages Kaz sent to Karen Civil about him. And I'm like, motherfuckers really be burning bridges for fucking likes on Instagram, for a couple views on YouTube. Like, you really would burn bridges just for a little bit of social media validation?
I don't get it. I don't get it. What did he feel like you weren't going to work with him and this is the only opportunity he had to get?
I had every intention of, listen, I'm an equal opportunist. I'm always open-minded. I had every intention of working with him if there was something there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but that's what, I'm just as confused about him as I am about D'Angelo Russell. Because if I'm D'Angelo Russell and I know that I'm trying to build trust with my teammates, why Why would I think recording them when they're not aware of me recording them and putting it online is a good fucking idea?
Here's the thing. It's the putting online that I don't get.
I don't even want you fuck that. I don't even want you recording me.
Okay, the recording is weird. The recording is a silly mistake, but like
no, it's not a silly mistake.
Here's the thing. Greg and I all the time, my brother, I remember once I was doing an audition for Rocky, right? This movie where I had to kind of play Sylvester Stallone. And I'm doing Sylvester Stallone's accent. I sound like a fucking idiot. And Greg is doing lines with me and he actually records me. And I'm doing, and it's, I fucking look pathetic.
You knew you were being recorded?
No, I had no clue.
Okay, well, even said that's your brother.
Now, that's my brother. So he posts it and it's a funny kind of joke. Granted, he's doing it to embarrass me. Now, I can understand if D'Angelo Russell did this kind of joke, like, yeah, I got you recorded, just kidding, and then he deletes it, it's gone. Right? I understand that as a joke. What I don't get is uploading it. It's almost to the point where I don't even think he uploaded it. I think someone else got that shit from him.
Bro, and this is what pisses me off. Imagine you dating Sarah.
Yeah.
When you were dating Sarah, right?
Yeah.
You talking about fucking some other girls. Greg's recording you and posted. Brother or not, you'll be furious at that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he just fucked up your relationship.
Yeah.
That's real fuck. You're fucking with home at the house now.
Yeah.
That's what D'Angelo did.
Greg stays slipping. Greg has no realization of his surroundings. When it comes, it's like I'll be with a girl and Greg will just walk in and then he'll be like, yo,
you left his condom on the bed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he got no. He'll even say hi to the girl. He'll be like, yo, so you want to go out later, like get some pussy or whatever? I bet Greg, the pussy's right here in the room right now. What are you talking about? Oh, my bad.
Listen, man, I just don't understand you new niggas. And I just think what D'Angelo Russell did is some sucker shit, man. That's some first 48 shit, bro. Like you did your best first 48 police officer interrogation impersonation. Your new name is Officer Russell. Like when he walks into the locker room from now on, everybody in the locker room should just go, please, check him for a while. Please do not let this nigga near me. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And it sucks that Nick Young does not have the power to get him kicked off the team.
Well, why can you kick someone off a team for that? This is what I don't understand.
No trust, bro. It's trust issues, man. We're a team. If I don't trust you, I can't fuck with you no more, yo. I can't. I honestly, truly can't, yo.
I honestly, it's to the point where I need more information because I can't believe that this would actually happen. I just can't believe that it was.
You know why I don't need more information? Because he recorded him without his knowledge. That right there is a violation.
But then he told him.
I don't give a shit.
If he never told him, then I think he's setting it up. But the fact that he tells him after that he recorded it, like that's some kind of prank that he's doing. Yes, he's a fucking
I don't give a fuck.
Look, yes, he fucked up.
Matter of fact, I think the dude that recorded me, hold up. Now that I'm thinking about it, the dude that recorded me called me back the next day to say, yo, I just want you to know I recorded you. I was like,
yeah,
what?
you told me he said that. Yeah.
The fuck? What you mean you recorded me, bro?
And then what happened after that?
He was like, nah, I just did it because I didn't know if you was going to give me donkey today or something. I had to protect myself. Some stupid shit. But then you still put it out.
Wild and secure.
And you know what? When I saw it on YouTube, I called him. I don't even know him. I literally don't know this guy.
Yeah.
I called him. I said, yo, God bless you. I hope that whatever attention you garner from this, I hope it works out for you. Boom, that's it. And then this motherfucker has been texting me and calling me. I haven't picked up, but he's been texting me like I did something wrong to him. He told me to man up. Told me I'm in my feelings. Like, nigga, do you even realize what you did? Do you realize that I could call Homeland Security and get you really fucked up if I wanted to?
Oh, really?
That's illegal. You can't record somebody without somebody's consent. Even on the radio, if you do prank calls and shit, you have to make them aware that you're recording the phone conversation. You can't do that kind of shit.
I heard all those prank calls on the radio are fake.
Yes, you know why? Because you can't motherfucking
call
people.
Nobody. I had a bunch of comedian friends that they would do they'd be the person getting pranked.
You can't call people and just fucking randomly record them and then use the shit. You can't do that. They have to know beforehand.
Exactly. Or they have to call into you.
Yeah, so D'Angelo Russell's a fuckboy. Party Next Door, who I call Petty Next Door now. He's an artist signed to OVO.
First of all, go start the story.
I just, if you don't know what happened, Party Next Door used to date Kalani, who's an R&B singer.
I didn't know who the fuck Kalani was until yesterday. I got on Twitter. All of a sudden, people are saying Kalani, Party Next Door. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought Kalani's a type of water. Party Next Door, I had no clue is a rapper.
I know Party Next
like
Door because he wrote Rihanna's work. He signed to OVO. I know him from that. But he was dating Kalani. Kalani and Party Next Door broke up. Kalani upgraded to Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
I mean, 5 years, $94 million contract is a goddamn upgrade. I don't give a fuck what happens. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're allegedly was all in love, but Party Next Door penis must have been better because she was all in love with Party Next Door. So she went back to Party.
Don't trust the captions.
And Party posted on motherfucking Instagram a picture of her in the bed with him and said, even after all her shenanigans, the R&B singer is back in my bed.
Okay.
Which personally I thought was extremely lame.
Okay. Let's go from the beginning. First of all, you said a very interesting thing. He goes, they were posting all these pictures of them in love. There's one thing that I know, personal experience, is the more in love the caption, the more miserable the people that are in it. Okay, that caption shit is a front. It is makeup for a relationship. It is out there so you look like you having a great time when you are not having a good time. Do not trust the fucking captions.
Absolutely.
If I really love you, right, I'm going to just tell you I love you. Why am I telling my fans that I love you? It's a weird, I never understood this public displays of affection in terms of your fans. Like, why are you tweeting a picture? Like, even when Nick Cannon was in the hospital with Kalani after she tried to kill herself, and they're like, hey, I just want to show support and show love. You there already, dog. Now you just want to show your fans that you're being a good person. Stop trying to get credit for being a good person. Just give the money to the charity. You don't need to let everybody know you gave the money to the charity. Just give.
By the way, this is how I know that we're really grown. Kalani didn't say Nick Cannon is a big brother. She said Nick Cannon is a father figure. I was like, whoa.
But she got to do that shit so it looks like she not giving him no pussy.
Listen, man.
Because apparently every dude she take a picture with, she give him pussy to.
I agree with you on the caption thing, though, because if you look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, when Beyonce posts pictures of Jay-Z, there's never a caption.
Because you shouldn't need to be.
It's just them having fun. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, you got motherfuckers.
Who are you convincing that you in love, yo?
You know what motherfuckers that think I don't take care of my daughter because I don't post her on goddamn Instagram. Because you don't never see my kids on social media.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's how I know you take care of your daughter. Like, why in the world would you post your fucking family on a public site?
For what?
Bro?
Like, really? Like, that? Like, everything don't gotta be show and tell. I show you some sneakers, I show you some clothes. What the fuck you wanna see my family? Like, a dude literally called the Breakfast Club yesterday and goes, yo, man, why you don't never put your wife on the gram? I said,
because of you.
I said, why you wanna see my wife?
Exactly, because of you.
But he gave me a real answer, though.
What did he say?
I just want to see what a nigga working with. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
that's when you got just back, yo, she ugly. And hang up.
Hey, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why I thought Party Next Door was so lame was because I don't understand why guys feel the need to broadcast who they fucking to everybody. What? Like, I don't care if that's your ex or not.
That's ego, though.
That's ego. You know why it's ego? Yeah. Because she went and dated Kyrie fucking Irving. Yeah. So you want to feel like, yeah, she with that ball playing nigga, so what? She be back. You want to feel like I'm the man. Fuck how many points this nigga can score, how many assists he can throw, how much money he got. She still came back for this dick, which I respect for Kalani for, because she, you know, pursued her feelings over finances, because I'd have been pregnant by Kyrie. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. I think we're assuming too many things with this situation. One, I completely agree with you. Second of all, I don't think that you win when a girl leaves your ass, gets fucked by this other dude, and then comes back to your ass.
Well, she broke up with Party Next Door because Party Next Door had posted a chick or some naked chick coming out of pool.
Okay, so here's let's look at this situation. This is why there's so many things I want to talk about. First of all, the Party Next Door. You don't win when you got to clean the next dude's cum out of your girl's pussy, okay? Kyrie splashed all up in that fucking shit. So you in the bed with this chick that's still dripping from Kyrie. I don't think you get a W off of that shit. If anything, you might get the loss.
But it's like you said, it's ego. So it's like, yo, this is my pussy.
Again, it's ego. He thinks it's his pussy, but it's really not. You just lent your pussy out for a while. Now your pussy gets to get cleaned the fuck up. He did call it a shenanigan, right?
Kyrie still fucked though, my God.
Now, exactly. Try to be. So there's tons of shenanigans. You need to clean Kyrie shenanigans out your girl's vagina. That's what you need to do. Second of all, okay, we assume that Kyrie didn't fuck up, okay? In my personal opinion, Kyrie's a motherfucking athlete worth hundreds of $100 million. Guaranteed he's getting pussy on the side. Guaranteed. I know motherfuckers that work for the MTA that got side bitches.
Kalani said she had to stop dealing with Kyrie because she was still in love with Party Next Door. And she said Kyrie's a great guy. You know how I knew Kyrie and Kalani were never important like that to each other? Because one time Kalani said he's the Kelly to my Beyonce. Nigga, if you Beyonce, you supposed to say he's a Jay-Z about Beyonce. Yeah. Kelly is friend zone like a motherfucker. Yeah. That means you just a great friend. You was the rebound who was there for me, who had great conversation and could afford to fly me private wherever we could go to talk. That's all that shit was. So, you know.
And maybe that's why she's posting all these lovey-dovey pictures. She's trying to convince herself she's in love.
She's trying to about with Kyrie.
With Kyrie.
Yeah,
she's trying to convince herself that she's in love with Kyrie. When you write those captions and they're super sweet and super loving, oh, this is the love of my life, that's what you're trying to tell you because you don't believe it. If you really believe that shit, you just tell the person that you love.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I still think Kyrie's getting pussy on the side. This motherfucker an athlete at the end of the day. So let's keep it real. We don't know for a fact that Kyrie didn't do some dirt and then she ended up in this dude's bed. Second of all, she could have broken up with Kyrie and then gone to this guy's bed.
They did. That's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So they broke up, and then she went back to Party Next Door. Yeah. But here's my issue, right? And this is always with these chicks. How are you going to complain and talk about how I've never been treated well, and I've never been treated right, and it takes me so long to trust a man, and that man are pieces of shit, and they don't treat me right, and I'm in a dark place, and then you go right back to the motherfucker who put all these things in your head in the first place.
But listen, first of all, let's be clear. Kalani's only 20 years old.
I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I give
By 20 years old, motherfuckers are fighting in wars. By 20 years old, motherfuckers are choosing the president. By 20 years old, motherfuckers are leading countries.
I'm with you, but I got to give her the benefit of the doubt for being young, and I got to give Party Next Door the benefit of the doubt.
If we
gonna
shit
22.
on D'Angelo Russell for being a fuckboy, we gonna shit on this girl for being a fuckboy.
But I think Party Next Door is more fuckboy in this case than her, because if you really loved it, this is what I would be thinking about, Kalani. Yeah. If you really love me as much as you say, why would you ever publicly embarrass me? Because that's what it was.
Yeah.
By posting me online and saying after all her shenanigans, he ain't say the love of my life, my boo. He said the R&B chick came back. So then after Kalani goes through her little shit where she tried to kill herself or whatever, Party Next Door is the first motherfucker in the hospital with his head down looking all sad. But you caused this.
Real quick, did you notice how he was positioned in that photo?
Hey, man, marketing, baby.
And what was on his hat?
Hey, you got to see the name of his hat. I haven't talked about this much and never.
Exactly.
All right.
This motherfucker is at the hospital looking all tired like I've been there all night. But conveniently, he's wearing a beanie that says PND on the beanie. So you know exactly. It's like your girl's at the hospital like, oh, I got to go see her. But let me get the right outfit. So if I got a picture on the gram, they know exactly who he is.
Even deeper. Now, I never want to say that somebody's attempted suicide is a publicity stunt because we don't know. All I'm saying is when you look at motherfucking that Party Next Door picture, the angle that picture is taken look like it's taken from the person in the bed.
It is.
So if Kalani got the strength to take motherfucking pictures,
you got the strength to put that blade a little tighter to your wrist.
Hey man, hey, I'm just saying, goddamn it. Hey, I'm just saying, it's a little strange. A lot of this shit ain't adding up,
bro. I'm not saying you're gonna.
I'll tell you this: what I always say, slander turns to sympathy when death is involved.
You're right.
Or near death.
You're right.
You want to get some motherfuckers off you? You want to gain support?
Yeah.
Threaten to kill yourself.
Cosby, you got to talk to Kalani.
Lamar Odom
got to pull a Kalani.
Lamar Odom got his bitch back.
Yo, Tax had the greatest tweet. He's like, M-words always try to fake kill themselves when they want their girl back.
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
That shit was so funny.
But my thing is this with women, all jokes aside, don't ever let a man have that kind of control over you where when he does something like what Party Next Door did to her, it caused her world to go down. And then when he comes back and sits by the bedside, it causes you to go up. Like your happiness should never be dictated by how a man treats you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Like, happiness is inside. But listen, this girl not happy. No girls with knuckle tattoos are happy. I know that from my entire life. And you can't trust girls with knuckle tattoos. That's something you should have known from the very fucking beginning about this whole situation. Kyrie, it looks like a sweet dude. That girl, she not sweet. She got knuckle tattoos.
I can't say she's not sweet, man. I mean, the heart wants what the heart wants, man. And I feel like...
Yeah, but when the heart is bruised and the heart is hurt, you get knuckle tattoos. And these knuckle tattoos are a sign that you got some fucking problem because they're a sign of bad decision making. If you get knuckle tattoos all over your hands, you're not getting a fucking job, okay?
She's got woke tattoo on her hand, which she's, you know, I don't want to say stole, but everybody knows my homegirl Snow the Product started that whole Stay Woke movement.
Yeah, we had her on it.
It's interesting that Snow is signed the Atlantic and Kalani signed the Atlantic. And, you know, she had to see that whole movement and she got the woke tattoo on her hand. That has nothing to do with anything, but, you know, I just personally feel like I can't judge Kalani in this situation because she's a 20-year-old girl, man. Girls are ridiculous. Let's be clear when it comes to guys. We've all had girls do dumb shit for us, to us, over us. And that's what she's going through right now.
Don't kill yourself over a guy, because that's fucked up to him.
And you know how I know she like Party Next Door?
How?
Because Kyrie Irving has a 5-year, $94 million fucking contract. And a Nike deal that's worth a lot of M's,
Oh, no,
bro.
he got hundreds. But the shit that's fucked up is, like, these girls, when you try to kill yourself, and even guys that do this too, when you try to kill yourself over the person that you were with or whatever it was, it's really fucked up, because let's say you're actually successful and do kill yourself, right? That guy's got to live with that for the rest of his life. How are you going to do that to him?
Why would you leave? No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but why?
But how wrong is that he got it for the rest of his life? Every person he dates, he got to worry about breaking up with them because they might kill themselves.
Listen,
you ruin his life. You might as well kill him too.
But my thing is this: why would you leave this earth to allow this man to have fun without you being able to disrupt that fun?
Wait, say that again. Say that
Why
again.
would you want to kill yourself and leave this earth to allow that man to have fun without you being here to disrupt that fun?
And that man is Kyrie, or that man is Party Next Door?
Either one.
Interesting.
I'm not killing myself, and y'all motherfuckers out here playing in the NBA and touring the city with Drake. I'm going to be here to tweet how much of a fuckboy you are.
You know what probably happened for real?
Right.
You know, tell me if you think this is a possibility. She leaves Kyrie, goes back to Party Next Door, chills with him. She's lovey-dovey. All this shit is popping, this, that, the other. All of a sudden, she sees a text message from another girl, right? And she's like, fuck, I'm back into the same bullshit that I was in from the first place. Now I'm going to kill myself. I don't know if she killed herself off the comments. I don't know if she killed herself off the tweets or tried to kill herself.
And Chris Brown said some dumb shit. Chris Brown
went in, bro.
He was like,
this motherfucker.
He said there's no such thing as attempted suicide. That is bullshit.
There is.
If I put a gun in my motherfucking head to my head and pull the trigger, but I don't die, I did try to kill myself.
Absolutely.
If I took a bunch of pills in the hopes that I don't wake up, but I end up in the hospital bed getting my stomach pumped, I tried to kill myself. Like, shut the fuck up. Chris.
Absolutely. There's definitely attempted suicide, but that motherfucker went in. He did not give a fuck. Here's the thing. Another thing that's weird about me is, and we've discussed this before, even on this podcast, there is value to privacy, yo.
Yes.
Like, you protect your family, you protect your kids.
Absolutely.
Which is probably a nice respite from this entertainment life that you have.
Absolutely.
You go home and all of a sudden you have this life that...
Turn it off.
Turn it off, yo.
I'm talking about my dude G-Spin last night. G-Spin is one of my bosses here at iHeart, and I'm calling him, talking about something that happened at work. He goes, bro, I just pulled up in the suburbs. I'm walking into my motherfucking house.
I'm done.
And with my family. I don't want to talk about this shit right now.
And I respect that shit, yo.
That's real.
You got to have that part. So when I see her, the first thing she does when she comes out of surgery, whatever the fuck she was in, or when she wakes up from a coma, I don't know what she was in. The first thing she does is tweets a picture of her in the hospital with a wire in her arm. Have some privacy, yo. Yeah. You don't got to share your whole life with everybody.
Especially not with these social media savages.
Because they don't care about you,
we live in an era of you be like, I tried to kill myself. Bitch, it should have happened. You should have went through with it. Why didn't you drive? Yo, Iggy Azalea was like, she wanted to drive off a cliff. Azalea Banks came in with the fire take, the super hot take. Yeah, slave master, drive off the cliff, fall into that canyon. Like, motherfuckers don't have no sympathy for you. If you're looking for sympathy, social media is not the place to go.
And furthermore, all these people that were shitting on Kyrie, right? All these people are shitting all over Kyrie. Kyrie is not an arrogant, let's say, Floyd Mayweather-esque character or even player, right? This is, for all intents and purposes, a humble dude. You know, when you shit on a humble dude after his loss, because it was a perceived loss, that shows a deep-seated misery that you're going through. We could all shit on Conor McGregor when he lost because he's a cocky, arrogant son of a bitch. He's talking shit, right? We could shit on, if Floyd ever lost, we could shit all over him because he asked for that attention, right? When you got a humble, though there's a saying by Aesop, it's not Aesop,
A$AP Rocky, I know him.
No, not that one, but but they're saying it's those who derive pleasure from other people's misfortunes are the most miserable, or something like that. And there's nothing more true than that shit, bro.
And let's be clear.
Look at yourself in the mirror. When you're getting joy out of someone else's failures, especially when that person is humble in their success, what is wrong with you, yo?
Listen, let's be clear. Kyrie didn't lose because Kyrie has a 5-year, $94 million contract. I'm mad that the Kalani girl did not get pregnant from Kyrie Irving. Like, I'm upset. I'm like, let's go get Cardi B and put Cardi B on Kyrie, because somebody need to get that motherfucker if you out here just slinging the dick like that.
Yo, so who do you think? I mean, I tweeted this yesterday, but do you think it's possible that LeBron orchestrated this whole shit because he needed Kyrie to pay attention for the playoffs? Focus. He got this cute little girl with hand tattoos running around.
Cleveland don't have no chance anyway, so
we definitely don't have a chance with Kyrie distracted.
They'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals, but that's about it.
Say what?
They'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals, but that's about it.
See, I don't know, man. Kalani might say some shit to Kyrie. Hey, get injured again. I want to spend more time with you.
All right, now look who's back. Speaking of sports, it's FanDuel. All right, MLB season starts this Sunday, and this year there's a whole new reason to play one-day fantasy baseball on FanDuel, because FanDuel is the best way to experience sports, period. Think about it. You, your friends, the games, the adrenaline. Not only do you get to watch your favorite team, but you get to create your own, okay? I promise baseball has never been this much fun. And let's be clear, baseball is a very, very boring sport. Probably the most boring sport on the planet, you know what I'm saying?
Agree.
But FanDuel makes it exciting, okay? You can play against your buddies or test your skill against other players. You decide how often you want to play, every day or just once.
You know how they could fix baseball? Make it legal to throw the ball at the player.
You know how they can fix baseball? By making steroids.
No, steroids, absolutely. But also make it legal. Like, if you hit a player, if the pitcher hits a player, that player doesn't get to go on the base.
We need steroids,
It's just a ball. It's
bring
just
steroids back, man.
No, to bring hitting the player back. I think I'm really supportive. And make fights legal like hockey. Don't kick anybody out for a fight. They just got to sit out an inning or something like that.
Steroids, bro. Steroids will cause all of that. Because with steroids, you're going to have more home runs. Steroids going to cause the roid rage.
They're going to be angry.
There you go.
I want to see breaking bats on the knees.
Steroids going to make motherfuckers throw balls at people. Steroids, man.
Yo, steroids. But I do believe baseball needs fights. It needs something interesting. And think about this. All of a sudden, if you fight, let's say the catcher, or not the catcher, let's say the shortstop fights against like the left field man, the guy who plays left field, right? And the other team, right? Now both of them have to sit out an inning. Think about that. There's a huge gap in that infield. Yeah. More hits. There's a huge gap in that outfield. Yeah. More hits. Let's make this shit happen. This could make you have more runs. You have more offense. FanDuel's going to be even more interesting.
You know how boring baseball is?
How?
Baseball is so boring that I'd stop listening to you just now for about
because it was
talking about baseball.
They got you. Got you. All right, FanDuel has contests for everyone from the casual fan to the expert. And, oh, yeah, you can win money while you're at it, all right? You got to do it. I mean, last year, I think when we did the football tournament, I think I might have lost. I think I might have got my ass bust. But you know what? I wasn't paying that much attention to it because I'm all about big money. You know me. It's got to be 500 or above, which you can also do at FanDuel. You can put your money where your mouth is or where your mouse is because it's an internet-based thing. You see how I did that shit right there with computer technology? But anyway, if you think the FanDuel if you think you know FanDuel because you saw a bunch of ads during football, you got to think again, all right? You have to experience the fun and excitement to really get it. Try FanDuel today. This is FanDuel, the best way to experience sports. Enter a FanDuel League now, and if you don't win any prizes in your first contest, they'll refund your entry fee up to $10 back to your FanDuel account so you can play more.
That's right. Just deposit, play, and if you don't win, they'll refund your first entry fee up to $10. Just go to FanDuel.com and use our code BRILLIANT. That's FanDuel.com, promo code BRILLIANT. Now, this Friday, tomorrow, we'll be in London, but also Uncommon Sense Season 2 premieres at 11 p.m. on MTV2, baby.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz, Young Hezzy.
In the building.
He'll be on every episode this season as long as well as Harriet Tubman from the Reed, Chris. You know, she'll be on every episode.
I can't wait to smell her tomorrow.
So I think, and like I said, Kaz will be on tomorrow.
Is Kaz a guest tomorrow?
Yeah, Kaz is, I mean, it's not really a guest. See, what I want to do this season is I want to keep it just like more with our crew. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to have, you know, of course you and Chris on every episode, but then I want like Kaz rotating, Tax rotating, Fury rotating. Like I just want to keep it in the circle with people I know I can trust that's going to deliver. You know what I'm saying? Chico Bean, Damian Lemon, like those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's important to have people that are comfortable with each other. You know, like.
Or if that was the case, you and Chris wouldn't be on the panel.
We're not. We might not. Well, I love her, but she might not like me. But she understands my perspective, understands what I'm going to say. And I think in order to have a conversation, good conversation happens when you don't have to feel people out.
I mean, y'all kind of need each other because everybody needs an antagonist.
Sure.
And like I think Crystal, that's kind of her fuel in a way.
Yeah, I'm her fuel. She's nothing without me.
She needs a white person to go against.
She is nothing without me.
She needs a white
that.
punching bag. Like that's what.
Listen,
that's what makes her forearm so
this
big.
punching bag doesn't punch back. It gives kisses and hugs.
There you go.
Okay, it nuzzles up and spoons her from behind.
There you go.
Smells her beautiful scent and just caresses her lovely, soft skin. Oh, such beautiful skin. Great eye sockets, great nail beds, all the toes on her feet. I mean, just beautiful.
So if you fuck with the Brilliant Idiots, you fuck with the Read. Tune in to Uncommon Sense every Friday at 11 p.m.
We got a lot of shit to talk about this
on
week.
MTV too.
You know, Crystals actually says she's going to denounce white privilege this Friday.
Really?
I might have made that up, but I think you just listen Friday and you'll see.
Okay, so we'll see you Friday. And listen, we'll be in London at the Clapham Grand.
Yeah.
Friday night, Brilliant
Comfortable
Idiots Live.
shoes, guys. I know there's going to be people standing in there, okay?
Yep.
Comfortable fucking shoes, please. It wasn't up to us for you guys to stand there. I'm pissed off about that in the first place. I wish that you guys didn't have to stand. I wish everybody had seats. I think it's fucking stupid. But I want you to dress comfortable. We're not judging, okay? Dress comfy.
That's right. And we'll see you next week, as always. You know, if you listen to this show, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast and you think we don't know shit, we're just a couple idiots running our motherfucking mouth, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.